Everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each trading a return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. Of further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month. Information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and a date for a legal hearing of Next Bridge Hydrocarbons versus Tradestation. So stay tuned for details of that. And then we're going to be looking at ticker symbol BNRG that was called in the Discord over the previous 2 days, currently up today at one point in excess of 140%, also known as Brenmiller. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, we can see there was positive news with regard to inflation, and US core PC inflation came in at 2.6 compared to an actual of 2.7, and also compared to a previous figure of 2.6 as well. So overall good news there. And if we have a look at the overall summary from Jerome Powell and the Fed, the preferred inflation index after being released came in 2.5% year on year, in line with expectations, and the core PCE for July came in at 2.6% below expectations. So overall positive news. And if we have a look at the immediate reaction of the Mega 7 stocks, we can see 6 of them were in green in the pre-market, so good news there. And other news I'd like to share with you with regard to Intel is there has been some breaking news, and Intel is currently in talks with multiple investment banks looking for advice, as the stock has fallen over 50% this year, and it's currently discussing multiple plans which include splitting its product design business and manufacturing. So the market has responded positively, and people have seen this as a possible buying opportunity. And at one point it was up in excess of 8%, at trading in excess of $21.59. Let's hope there is good news also going forward for Intel. Let's have a look at details of the hearing shared initially by Trevor, and we can see here cause number 2405631, Next Bridge Hydrocarbons as the petitioner versus Tradestation Securities Incorporated, and this is in the District Court of Dallas. So in terms of the notice, we can see here that an oral hearing on the petitioner's verified Rule 202 petition has been set for September the 20th, 2024, 10 a.m. And this was dated on August the 9th, 2024. But if we look at the other screenshot here, the date here, August the 28th, 2024, at the bottom in terms of the docket entry, we can see there is an update in terms of dismissal for want of prosecution. So in terms of the complaint summary, we can see here this complaint is filed by Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, an energy company seeking to investigate potential claims with regard to the preferred dividend issued by Meta Materials, also the imbalance with regard to the publicly available shares of Next Bridge Hydrocarbons MMTLP. And we know this, obviously they've stated that this was initially not intended to be tradable and was allowed to be traded separately from MMTLP. So the item there at the bottom left, which is dismissal for want of prosecution. So we're going to look at an update for that. What Drew has stated here is he called the county court clerk for clarification of this, and this is what he was informed. He was informed by the clerk that today's hearing was cancelled. Didn't say by whom, but the website is not reflecting that, and the next one is still set for September the 20th. So we can actually proceed to say that this hearing is not yet dismissed. So we will keep an eye on the updates for this going forward as well, and what KJV has stated in terms of the theory of potentially being withdrawn. And if this was withdrawn the same day as the S1 was submitted, what is going on? Potentially one of the theories here is it could be the case that Next Bridge and Tradestation have agreed to something outside a hearing, leaving Tradestation from exposing themselves for fraud. So I think any possibility is certainly open, and that avoids exposure, probably costing them, but at least they are still in business. So very, very concerning times here, especially for Tradestation. The next post I'd like to share with you is from Brizzy Brands, and he's reminding us of the 13 questions that Finra should be looking at answering regarding the MMTLP fiasco. So obviously in particular we're looking at the relationships between Ari Rubenstein, Robert Cook, Gary Gensler, DTCC, elected officials, and all of this should be made public. So in terms of the reminder of some of these questions, that I think these were initially brought to us by John Berder, and first of all we're looking at who was involved in the decision making process to halt the stock using the U3 halt code. I think we now know the UPC panel, so they need to come forward and explain themselves on that. Who were the broker? Were there any broker dealers consulted prior to that decision? And again, I think there is significant evidence of that now coming through, especially with regard to who was on that U3 halt panel. What was the extraordinary event that caused the U3 halt? Again, this event has never ever been explained or clarified from Finra. So it's an example of a very subjective term. How do you hold a share short in a private company? And again, we thought that this should not have been possible, because obviously, first of all, they are not paying tax, they're not closing their position, and they're not taking out that infinite risk that they signed up for. Why were the short positions not settled? And again, even to this date they are not settled. And next update here is from Scott, and he is sharing some good news with regard to his action, and he states here, did somebody say RICO? So first of all, the question is, doesn't RICO cover market manipulation? So that's the allegation, and what he has stated here I think is positive. In all likelihood he'll be allowed to amend his first amended complaint to address any shortcomings identified by the approximate 10 lawyers. So he has lost count: Chicago guys, Boston guys, Burlington guys, girls, many lawyers being appointed by GTS, Ari Rubenstein, Schwab, Finra, etc., all just to deal with Scott. And I would probably add on, they are in all likelihoods probably spending millions of dollars to deal with Scott. And one of the things I think that Scott is going to update us on in terms of his complaint, he looks like now he will be adding Patricia Cassimates. So he states here, we all know Cassimates will get added after she got smashed by Palikaros for refusing to burn Ari on the illegal way MMTLP was born into trading. So that's referring back to Palikaros' statement that we looked at a while ago in support of MMTLP. And finally, let's finish off by having a look at ticker symbol BNRG. Now, this was called in our Stock Alerts channel earlier this morning pre-trading, and it was also called in our Stock Alerts channel yesterday. And the other news in terms of an addition, we also have a new live trading data and alert section, and it was also called by that. First of all, this morning it was called with regard to the stock after earnings, and we have a look at the yesterday's stock alert. It was also called by the new software that we have in the Discord, the live trading and alert section, with regards to the shares trading higher, and we also called it again yesterday. So if we have a look at the chart for BNRG, also known as Brenmiller Energy Limited, we can see at one point today it was up in excess of 153%, and also at one point trading well over $2. Has been a little bit of pullback right now, but still up in over 150%, and at $1.71. So what was the news that was shared? So we have a look at the news here. We can see from Business Wire, Brenmiller reports first half 2024 financial results, upcoming catalysts, and also potential milestones to project pipeline representing up to $500 million in potential value. So this is good news, and the key catalyst again I'd like to share with you is definitive agreement for a 1.05 million private placement priced at a 52% premium to market on August the 2nd, 2024. So they also have projects currently in development and construction phases, and are looking to produce multiple recurring revenue themes. They're expanding the BGEM, which is a trademark for the company, into a new application for cooling AI data centers, with the development of a cold thermal energy storage. So again, if you would like to get breaking news and live DD within the Discord, as well as a copy of our weekly watch list, details are description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.